Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another little vlog review. This time of the American Horror Story episode Magical Thinking. Now, Neil Patrick Harris is usually awesome, and he does not disappoint in this episode. I saw the promos for it before, I was like, awesome! And yeah, he's comes in as, this magician. It's like, I've always wanted to be a magician. Like, didn't like Neil Patrick Harris say before that he does magic or wanted to be a magician or something or another? Something that Neil Patrick Harris is actually interested in magic, and his character in the show has always wanted to be a magician, now can actually be a magician. It's like, you can someone comment below and tell me if I'm like misremembering things or confusing a lot of different information. I love Neil Patrick Harris, but I don't really keep on top of interviews and such. I mean, even actors, I really like Liam Neeson and Mark Ruffalo. I don't really keep on top of their interviews or their guest appearances all the time, so sorry. And Neil Patrick Harris's character he came back from the war, and he came back from the war damaged. There's a metal plate in his head. He must have like PTSD, and so his mind is all warped. He doesn't always really know what's going on. And so he comes home and finds out that his wife has taken another lover that's, a woman. So he comes back from the war with his wife loving someone else. I believe that's what's going on. I may need to rewatch this a second time because it was warped. As always, that's a show. And so he thinks the doll he has is alive. Now, I know someone, you know who you are. You're probably not watching this, but you still know who you are, who likes to think, inanimate objects as stuffed animals are, alive, and it sometimes makes me question whether the person really knows or is just pretending. And so I can't help but think of that person while watching Neil Patrick Harris think his doll is alive. And then the doll is not just alive, which would be, one thing, but then he believes that the doll, Marjorie, killed his wife and their lover. So so he's, sort of ran away, and the doll's going to cause problem. The doll that's all in his head is going to cause problems with, probably killing people, because the guy's insane. And I'm not using that as, a little throwaway funny thing to say. I mean, no, he's institutionalize him, please get him off the streets, he's just going to cause trouble. That really insane. So I'm worried. I need next episode to make sure everything's alright, and I believe there are maybe 2 or 3 episodes left this season. And I'm going to say that Freak Show for me has really been the strongest season so far. It's really been the season real, plot-wise, that seemed to, be really strong. The first season's problem was the ending came too soon. The second season's problem was it was like they had to stretch out a few more episodes. Like, it would have been great if it had been like an episode or two shorter. It seemed like American Horror Story pulled shit out of their ass, to make the season a longer. Season 3 was decent, but that was probably my favorite season so far. But, there must have been something with some plot or something that just went in a totally different direction. Because I think it finished, solidly. Oh, also for season 2, the alien subplot. It's like, there's a point in season 2 where things got all lost and jumbled. Season 3, I'll probably remember it later. But so far, for me at least, this season, Freak Show has been the strongest, and so I'm really, really hoping that it finishes on a high note, because this season deserves this. This season has been doing things incredibly well. So, fingers crossed, let's hope this season ends with a bang. And my final thoughts for the American Horror Story episode, Magical Thinking. It was good. It was fucking creepy. Especially a doll Marjorie thing. Fuck. Anyways, I have been Joshikins, owner at joshikins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see vlog reviews like these. You can also see the Animorphs reread. Now consistently there's been new chapters of the Second Invasion released daily, though there might be 2 or 3 chapters released on Archive of Our Own, but I don't provide a link to it on my blog until usually a day after, at least, sometimes a day or 2 after, depending on how many chapters I write a day. And I finally finished writing the next chapter of SNN, and I just need to edit and release it. So hopefully that'll be done tomorrow, but, who really knows anything anymore? And if you go to my blog on my sidebar thingy, there are links to where else I am on the web, so you can go over and say hi. I have a writing shop open, so if you like what I write, if you want an original piece or something fandom related, listen, all you have to do is really draw, and there's more stuff on the link. And if you want to advertise on my blog for a random amount of time, you can suggest a name for the dragon, and if your name is accepted, then ta-da, you have some nice free advertising. For maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe it could be a month. Who knows? You're not having to pay for this advertisement, and all you're having to do is suggest a name. So, and if you're watching this on the YouTubes, in the description is a link to donate your account. And if you donate your Twitter and or Facebook accounts to my campaign, thank you very, very much. And until next video, goodbye.